Please stand for the posting of the colors and the singing of the national anthem. Color guard, post the colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam? Soon brought stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. We are gathered here today at this memorial site and memorial sites all across America. Remember that we are one nation with one flag. We are all proud to be Americans that live in a free society made up of many people, many races, and many occupations. The freedoms we enjoy today have not come without a price. Lying here before us and in cemeteries throughout this nation are men and women who gave their lives so that we can live in freedom without fear. We can worship as we see fit. We can raise our children to believe as we do. We can travel from one end of this great nation and not have to ask permission. We are free to vote for whoever we feel should be in government office, and we answer to no one but our own feelings. We have the right to succeed, and we have the right to fail at whatever endeavor we wish to pursue. The United States of America was founded on the ideals of freedom, justice, and equality. Our nation stands as a shining beacon of liberty and freedom to the world. We thank those who gave their lives to keep us free, and we shall not forget you. We shall remember. Today, many of you here are veterans of wars and conflicts that America has had to fight to protect the innocent and the oppressed. America has always been the first nation to stand up for freedom of people around the world. Many of you here today have answered that call and served your country well. We are here today to say thank you. We are honored to know you. There are many men and women serving today in all branches of the military, here and at home, and in places none of us have heard of. These men and women are part of the best trained, best equipped force in the world. We honor them and their families for the sacrifices they make each day to keep our country safe from terrorism, hatred, and injustice. When you see a veteran or an active duty member of the armed services, take a moment to say thank you. You owe it to them, and a moment of your time is well spent. Quoting our 40th United States President, Ronald Reagan, quote, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We did not pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it once was like in the United States where men were free." End quote. Today we show a united front of national unity all across the United States of America as we remember the fallen, honor those who have served, and teach our children the value of freedom. Now we will lay the holiday wreaths in honor of those heroes.
Detail. Up. Ready. Haste. Forward. Hunt. Ready. Haste.
Now, Cadet Chief Master Sergeant Corey Pipes will lay a holiday wreath in memory of those who have served and are serving in the United States Army. Now, Cadet Airman Samantha Espinosa will lay a holiday wreath in memory of those who have served and are serving in the United States Marine Corps. Now, Cadet Technical Sergeant Desmond Reel will lay a holiday wreath in memory of those who have served and are serving in the United States Navy. Now, Cadet Chief Master Sergeant Jacob Espinosa will lay a holiday wreath in memory of those who have served and are serving in the United States Air Force. Now, Cadet Airman Joseph Reardon will lay a holiday wreath in memory of those who have served and are serving in the United States Coast Guard. Now, Cadet Senior Master Sergeant Emily Westover will lay a holiday wreath in memory of those who have served and are serving in the United States Merchant Marines. Now, Cadet First Lieutenant Devin Burton will lay a holiday wreath in honor of the 93,129 United States servicemen from all branches of service whose last known status was either prisoners of war or missing in action, These individuals have never returned to their homes. We shall not forget you. The wreaths before you represent our commitment as a united America to remember the fallen. We also want these holiday wreaths to symbolize our honor to those who have served and are serving in the armed forces of our great nation, and to their families who endure sacrifices every day on our behalf. To our children, we want you to understand the freedoms you enjoy today have not been free but have come with a cost that someday you may have to pay yourself. As a nation standing together, we can defeat terrorism, hatred, and injustice. Thanks to our veterans, we have the freedom to do just that. We could quote for you the statistics of individuals buried around the country, but all you would have is a bunch of numbers. Instead, we ask you to take a moment and visit a gravesite. We write down the information on the person placed there, and when you return home, research their name on the internet and find out all you can about that person. You will find they were real Americans with families, mothers and fathers, sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles. They were and are more than just a statistic. Thank you. At this time, I would like to invite Honorable Rick Mueller, Mayor of Sierra Vista, to the stand.
All right. Hey.
Good morning, everybody. I want to start today by thanking you all for being here for this ceremony, as I feel it's very important that on more than one occasion through the year we honor the achievements and the sacrifices of those who have gone before us and those who have preserved the liberty and freedom we enjoy. I also want to take a minute to thank this fine group from our fine group of cadets that are out here today from the Civil Air Patrol. They make this ceremony special because they represent the next generation that will continue to strive to preserve our freedoms and liberties. I also want to just take a minute to thank all the families of members, service members who have served and for their sacrifice. It's important for us that have had family members interned here and have served to take time, especially at Christmas and the holiday season, to remember their sacrifice and honor them by doing so. And I want to end by taking a brief minute to thank, on behalf of the community, the organizers for the Wreaths across America. This has become a very important, very solemn ceremony that is an integral part now of the Sierra Vista community. So thank you.
Now I would like to invite Sarah Pacheco, a representative from Congresswoman Martha McSally's office, to the stand.
Good morning. I also wanted to extend my thanks to all of you who have come this morning to honor those who have served and those who continue to serve our nation, and as a result may not be able to spend this Christmas season with their families. I wanted to share some thoughts on a Christmas tradition that was started in 1927. President Calvin Coolidge started a tradition of having the White House issue a holiday greeting to the American people. In 1950, at the start of the Korean War, President Truman strayed from this tradition slightly by offering his Christmas greeting directly to U.S. veterans and their families. His greeting from that time is eerily relevant to us today. He said, "In this joyous season, it gives me particular pleasure to send Christmas greetings to our veterans and their families everywhere. At Christmas, peace is uppermost in the minds of all Americans. I am convinced that the events of the past year have made it clear that with faith to seek and determination to secure and maintain it, peace and freedom and justice can be firmly established on earth. With good wishes for 1951, President Harry Truman." As we sing about peace on earth throughout this season, we should remember that our troops continue to serve this country with the determination to to secure and maintain the freedoms of our citizens so that peace can continue on this earth. Congresswoman Martha McSally said, "Those who serve in the military make a solemn pledge that they will defend our country and its values against all enemies, even with their lives if necessary." At the same time, our country makes a covenant with them that we will be there when they return from the battlefield. This promise comes without conditions and lies at the core of our commonly held values as Americans of service and honor. I would add that the covenant that we make to take care of our veterans as a country is not just between the government or the Department of Veterans Affairs or the military and our veterans. It's between us as citizens as well. We have a duty to honor and support our veterans when they come home from protecting our freedom. Today, we are fulfilling part of that covenant by remembering those who have fallen. So thank you very much for being here to do that. God bless you all and Merry Christmas.
Now, if you could please stand for the playing of taps and the retiring of the colors.
With two mothers with me today. I don't want anybody to come back. Your son is running around. Don't worry about it.
On behalf of the Cochise Composite Squadron 107, I would like to thank the various organizations here to show their support. Here today, we have the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, the Boy Scouts of America, and Buena JROTC. I would also like to thank you all for coming out here to show your support for a very important cause. Now we will be laying wreaths for the individual graves, and we will also be having a ceremony for a laying of the wreaths on.
Nobody told them.
Thank you.